Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Days after President William Ruto and Haiti Prime Minister Ariel Henry witnessed the signing of security deal between the two countries to deploy the police officers to an island nation, details have emerged just a few hours as the acting Prime Minister Ariel Henry resigns. As he resigns, ladies and gentlemen, Haitian Prime Minister alikuwa anahofia maisha yake, and as per his resignation amid security crisis, I want you to understand very crucial details that are emerging in this Caribbean country. Before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video and you have not liked this video, please do me a favor, ensure you like this video. When you like this video, you automatically support the work of this channel. And if you are a visitor for the first time visiting this channel, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you are a returning subscribers, I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Continue supporting this channel. I will appreciate you so much. Now, let us go back to the main discussion. Haiti Prime Minister Ariel Henry has resigned following weeks of escalated tension and chaos in the Caribbean nation. His exit at the back of meeting by the regional leaders in Jamaica on Monday to discuss a political transition in Haiti, Guyana President and current Caribbean Chairman Afan Ali announced on Monday, March 11th, that they acknowledge the resignation of the Prime Minister upon the establishment of Transitional Presidential Council and the naming of an interim Prime Minister. Remember one thing, that when Ariel Henry took over, it was because of the assassination of the last president of Haiti. So he was unelected. In fact, no one elected him. No one appointed him. So he was just acting. So upon his taking over, remember, the gang leader, aka Barbecue, announced that Ariel Henry should not come back to Haiti. Immediately, they saw Ariel Henry signing an agreement with William Ruto to deploy the police officers there. Another thing that I want you to understand is that when Kenya wanted to deploy their police officers in Haiti, remember, court came out stopping the deployment because the process was not in accordance to the law or accordance to the constitution. So at the same time, Kenya delayed deploying their police officers in Haiti. US, yesterday, I heard that US deployed their special forces in Haiti because Kenya, they were delaying. So Henry, who is 74 years, served in the unelected post since 2021, following the assassination of the country's last president. The announcement to step down follows weeks of escalated violence in the capital, Port-au-Prince, and mounting pressure to resign by gangs in the country. Remember, at the same time this was a call by these gangs, they took over the airports, police stations, and sometimes you could see even they are burning some police stations in Haiti. Now, the Haitian Prime Minister had been locked out of the country and left stranded in Puerto Rico. He was locked in Puerto Rico, and he was not having even any chance even to access the country. But he had previously been in Kenya. to sign a deal on the deployment of 1,000 Kenyan police officers to Haiti to help quell the violence and fight the armed gangs in multinational security mission okayed by the United Nations Security Council. But at the same time, there's something that is happening. Remember, earlier on, I analyzed a video saying that there is a gang led by a barbecue. We are being told that, remember, this gang is like a Mau Mau in this country. In the last fight, when Kenya was fighting for their freedom, it's like this team also fighting for their freedom, because it seems like there's some people who wants to interfere with the leadership of Haiti. So they want to take over the leadership of their country. But remember one thing, as much as we are concerned that we are praying for this Caribbean nation to have peace, to have a transitional government, other countries should not interfere with their leadership. I think according to this Security Council from the United Nations, they must at least give these people a chance to speak. Let them give out their views, because you cannot force them to have something that they don't want. So as per what we are understanding is that things are not good in Haiti. At the same time, we are telling William Ruto that, look, deploying our police officers in Haiti is not good. And Kenya only in Africa to deploy the police officers in Haiti is not adding up. What is this mission that our President William Ruto is having behind our police officers? Because it was US who suggested Kenya to deploy the police officers. It was not out of willingness of our country. As US promised 28.7 billion Kenyan shillings to fund our police officers to go in Haiti. So it seems like these people, they want money. They are not in that peacekeeping mission. In other words, when look at even this fight, I think it could have been best for US and other countries in these Caribbean nations to lead this peacekeeping mission. You cannot tell me that if now the Kenyan police, to avail themselves in Haiti, now is going to make Haiti to be peaceful. Haiti is not just a walk in a park. Haiti is a little country that is having gang that has been there for a long period of time. Wamekuwa kitangu kitambo. And remember, wameua mapresident wao kama ine. The last one, I think, was killed in 2021. Directly through assassination. And that time, this prime minister, mwenye na resign now, kama moto imewaka, took over immediately after the president was assassinated. So I think for me, William Ruto could have not even forced himself to deploy these police officers. No benefit we are going to get from this deployment. And if William Ruto understands very well there is a benefit that is going to benefit Kenyans, let him deploy the police officers in Haiti. But I think for me, there's no need. All over the world, as much as the United Nations Security Council has decided that now we want a transitional government council that is going to lead Haiti to have a functioning government, let William Ruto step aside. It is not a must, our police officers to be there. I know some people will ask us, why are we criticizing William Ruto towards deployment of the police officers in Haiti? We are criticizing because we don't see any benefit and we don't see any impact that William Ruto or William Ruto's police officers are going to make in Haiti. Remember, already the forces are in Haiti. Different police officers across the world, they are there, led by United Nations Security Council. So William Ruto is like showing himself that yani kujipendekeza. Na kujipendekeza, huyu prime minister mwenye alikuwa anakuja kusign the agreement in between Kenya and Haiti to deploy the police officers, now ameresign, pressure imekuwa mingi, amefungiwa Puerto Rico, haizi ingia Haiti, imeumana, Huko naye gangs wameamua kama mbaya ni mbaya. And in fact they announced that if Prime Minister Ariel Henry is not going to resign, then this is going to lead genocide in Haiti, which for them they don't want that. So if this is now the new formula to make peace in Haiti, then there's no need our country to deploy the police officers in Haiti. There is no need. There is no need. If already the United Nations Security Council wanaelewa hawa magangs more than even William Ruto. What is this that William Ruto will tell us that he knows more in Haiti than what we are seeing in social media? And things are not good. Ladies and gentlemen, do you support the deployment still? Do you still support the deployment of these police officers in Haiti? Already, the Prime Minister who came signing the agreement with Kenya to deploy the police officers in Haiti now has resigned because of the pressure and the fight crisis in Haiti. What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till you meet on another video.